And here we go. And he disappears. Oh, and we are live, folks. Hello. How's everybody tonight? And here we go. Oh, apparently I have sound going here. Uh-oh. Thought I disabled it. And we are
Sure.
why am I getting an echo?
It was me. I didn't realize I had it on.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Amateurs.
Oh, your fault. You pulled a zippy.
I must have watched a video after my stream last night.
I do that too. When I come up here to mix or something, I'll put like YouTube on, like my music, and then I'll be doing stuff and I forget to turn the sound up.
Well,
And I
the
do
after
it
party
every
went till 6
time.
a.m. So yeah, it's a long night.
Yeah. So how are you, Advocate? This
I'm
week?
doing fairly well considering everything,
Yeah.
Actually, I have to thank the community. Actually, that's the reason I'm doing well, because I know that some of the stress I went through lately would have taken over otherwise.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Stress
def-
is not good. Yes.
No.
I've been sort of stressed out, but just minor stress, nothing major. And how are you
We'll
this
probably
week?
get graced by Bunny tonight because she is probably freaking out in the cage. So just
Oh,
to
is she? Uh-oh. Oh, good. I haven't seen Bunny in what, a few weeks now. Yeah. How are you tonight, Mendo bro?
I'm good. Just worked all weekend as usual.
Yeah, me too. Work, home, wash, repeat, wash, repeat. It seems like it's never ending.
washing. Yeah. I mean, I might need to put the laptop in a boat to go for a ride here shortly, the way the rain's coming down. But other than that, we're good.
Well, yeah, we're stuck in a heat bubble here. It's been hot for like, oh, I bet you it's been hot for like a month here, and everything's drying up. The crops are kind of sucking here, and
Did you have some of the fires in your area? Because we got some of the smoke from the Canadian fires here.
oh, that's from BC. BC's got I forget how many fires. Okay, so I'm kind of dead center in the middle of Canada. Then there's Alberta next to me. On to my left, there's Alberta, and then there's BC, which is they're on the same coast, kind of as California.
Yep.
So they've got I forget they've got well over 100 fires going, and it seems like
So it hit
none of
all the
them-
way from the west coast, came all the way over here. Okay, because
Yeah.
I walked out and thought it was foggy one day, and I could hardly breathe because it was just smoke. It smelled like
I
old
come
smoke.
out of work one day and no word of a lie. The sky wasn't dark, but there was such a thick haze, and
Yep.
that it smelled like a campfire. And
Yeah, like the day after, not like a
Yeah.
fresh one, but like the day after when it's
well, this was
out, but
fresh.
it
This
smells.
was like it was burning and everything else. Yeah, it was like it was bad, but it's kind of cleared. I don't know if the wind's going a different way, but we had that for about 3-4 days, and then it just it disappeared. But there, it's still burning there, so I don't know. Maybe the wind's just carrying it somewhere
Well,
else.
the rain's keeping it down for us now, but
Well, probably, yeah, yeah. It's hope trying to get out of this dark place. It was so bad I haven't mixed and don't even have enough to mix anything new to get flavors and next. So and mass market. Yeah, the commercial mixes Hobeg are horrible. Especially I can't, there's no way, even the ones that I really loved like years and years ago, there's no way I could vape them now. They taste like shit. Like just super sweet. And this guy, I went into a B&M and this guy was saying, oh, I not that I want to try juices or anything, but he said, oh, you should try this one. And I thought, okay. I tried it, and apparently it was supposed to be like a cannoli.
yeah.
You know, all I could taste was sweetener. There was no taste other than sweetener. I thought, okay, like I wasn't gonna buy any.
Like usually the cannoli ones are like a sweetener with a hint of like this weird cream.
Yes, that's exactly. And I didn't even get the weird cream. I just got the sweetener. And Mando, do you want to go through chat?
Yeah. Let's see what's back on the top. We got Chris Girl and he's on the show. She's on the show. Me, Arn, yes. Fucking Hobag. Rick G, Lady for Liberty. Fidalgo. Rocky Tooney.
Rocky.
Swaggy motherfucking Shane.
Yep. So
That is
That's coming down out
all
there.
of them.
Oh, there we go. So, we
Rocky.
did a challenge 2 weeks ago, to do, to make a mix with flavors that you haven't used in a mix. And I gotta say, thanks a lot, Simon, because that was hard. And like,
Was.
it was not, and everybody says, oh, you know, that would be easy, but when you haven't tried anything, and some of the flavors, they're not high up on my list. So it was tough for me, but I pulled one out of my hat. How did you make out, Advocate?
I made out really good. And I not only did I not use these flavors before, I'd never tried these flavors before. So it was even more of a blind tasting. So
I'm
first
there
it
with
come
you.
out good, decent.
I'm there with you because some of these flavors are not really my typical, we'll just say fruit. I have used some of them, but the ones that I used, I had no clue. I've never tasted them, tested them, anything. So I was like you, kind of flying by the seat of my pants. And how did you make out, Mando?
Well, I did one that I mixed. It came out really good. I did one I tried really hard, but it uses the one flavor profile that I fucking hate with a passion.
What's that?
Coconut.
Oh, you don't like coconut? I guess
No.
there's a lot of people that don't like coconut. I
There's
love
only one way to get me to even eat coconut, and that's German chocolate.
Oh, Jesus. Don't say
That's the
chocolate.
only way I'll eat it.
Cool.
You hear thunder and lightning here. That's here. Just so everybody knows that's where it's coming from. It is coming down outside.
So we had a few people take the challenge, which is really cool. And the first one out of the gate, I believe, was Mr. Addy Tooney.
Yep.
You want to pop up his recipe, Mando?
Yep.
Sorry.
Here we go. It is SSA Borneo Vanilla at 0.5, Butterscotch SSA at 1.2, Custard Extra 1, Flavor Art at 2.1, VSO Plum at 1.5.
That sounds pretty good and looks like an easy recipe. And it's only 5%. Wow, that's pretty good.
Nice use of plum. That actually,
Yeah.
I was trying to consider what way I'd want to use the plum, and that's actually really a good one.
And another way you can use plum, and I do have a plum, but I tried it once and it's not the right plum, but I put it with a blueberry.
Mhm.
It actually kind of turned out pretty good, but I wasn't super impressed with the plum part, so I just kind of abandoned that recipe and didn't bother going back. So do you want to you made a mix, didn't you, Advocate? That
Yeah.
you really liked. Do you want to show it?
Oh yeah, I'll have to look it up quick. I don't
Okay.
have DLR up. Like, I don't know why I'm amateur night, I guess.
No, there's no rush.
I keep
No.
thinking about this storm and like hoping that it holds off and doesn't like crash me before the end of the show. So
No.
yeah,
it's
this
okay.
one it surprisingly worked. And
It's funny when I put recipes together thinking, okay, I don't have much hope for this, but it would like turn out to be one of those, I call them, oh my fucking God mixes.
yeah, this is surprisingly not bad using the honey as a sweetener. I had VSO Blackberry, the only one I hadn't tried that would have been in my profile. Blueberry Muffin by Flavora, 0.75 on the Blackberry. Well, no, wait a minute.
Yeah.
2.5% on blackberry.
Okay.
3% on the blueberry muffin by Flavora. Honey from Wonder Flavors at 0.4%. Rich cinnamon at Flavora at 0.2%, and whipped cream from TPA at 2%.
That
Oh,
sounds
0.2% and then 2%. The
That's-
cinnamon is actually, I think, what's helping that honey. I really truly do.
Yeah, it would. But the Wonder Flavors honey is actually a good honey. I like that one. But yeah, that looks like a banging recipe. It looks like
It's
really tasty.
way better than I expected. I did not
Yeah.
expect it.
Isn't that funny? Do you want to show one of yours, Mando?
Let's just get the one I despise out of the way.
Okay, the one you despise.
Yeah.
So
It
it
is
must have
a-
coconut.
It's coconut, rum, and cola with a little bit of wintergreen.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Wonder Flavors coconut rum at a half, VSO cola at 2, Wonder Flavors rum and cola at 2, and VSO wintergreen at 1.
Huh. That looks
Wintergreen's the
pretty good.
interesting
But
twist.
Did you actually like the taste or no?
No,
No.
coconut.
Because you could taste the coconut, right?
Well, Wonder Flavors coconut rum and so their rum and their rum in Malibu.
Yeah, so Lady Liberty would love that flavoring. She's probably
Yeah,
gonna make
it
you get
actually
that.
looks good.
Thanks
The
a lot,
only-
Larry. Another one I'm gonna have to buy.
The only one
And
for
the
me-
actual drink,
Huh?
and the actual drink is supposed to have a mint sprig in it,
Oh, okay.
since wintergreen is technically a mint.
Yeah. That's the only thing about that restaurant. I like everything, but I'm not really a minty fan, so I'd probably, even though it should have that, no.
I was looking at it thinking wintergreen. That's the part that makes me wonder.
But yeah, it would be good. Okay, so I'll show mine that I made and get that out of the way, and then we'll go on to,
I would try it like that, Larry.
okay, so this is mine. If it shows
Okay,
up.
she's got a nice picture with hers, of course.
Well, of course you got to have a picture. Okay, so I called it peeled, and it is apple by Jungle Flavors at 1%. And I used the real flavors, the shit that don't exist, because I've never used it at apple by Real Flavors at 1.75. And here's another one that I have that, believe it or not, I have never used, is the caramel toffee by Hankson. And the one-on-one creamy yogurt cheesecake at 2.5%. It actually, if you don't like cinnamon, this recipe would be just like banging for you. It's very good, but my urge to add brown sugar and cinnamon is like huge. So I'm going to remake it for myself, but I'm adding cinnamon.
She's gonna cheat. Don't worry, she will cheat.
No, this is the recipe. It is good. I would vape this as is, but I would keep thinking in my mind, it needs some cinnamon. It needs cinnamon, Okay, I'll stop sharing. So, I should put the link in the chat because it is public.
We actually got Michelle Hughes to do a mix without Flavora vanilla pudding.
Oh
Yes,
my God.
yes, I saw that.
How does that happen?
Mm-hmm.
I twisted.
Okay, I didn't want to do
We
that.
have Flavor West Glazed Donut at 3, Mullenberry Legendary Custard at 4, Corsetto Flavora at 1, Ripe Coconut SSA at 1, and Stevia VSO at 0.25. And we actually liked it, which is surprising considering it didn't have vanilla pudding in it.
Oh my God, that must
At
have
least
been
not the
really-
official recipe.
Yeah, the official one we all know has the vanilla pudding in it.
The real one might have it. We don't know.
Yeah.
Won't falter for it because at least she put up the recipe without it.
Yes, that's good. Yeah. I don't know where she is. She must be busy or doing something that she isn't in the chat, but okay, and who else do we have on the list?
We've got
I've been pushing this challenge forward too to the other shows because this was probably the most fun challenge I've ever been a part of because it's literally makes you try things you haven't tried in different ways.
And that's the thing is that like I'm going through and I have an extensive list of flavorings and I went through them all and I thought, wow. And I'm looking at them going, what the hell am I gonna make? It's like, you know, where do you start? And then I just, you know, I had a reoccurring theme coming up.
My recurring theme though, as I said, minimum 4 flavorings when I pushed it forward because
So-
you could always do a 1 shot or a 2 shot. Yeah, that's cheating.
Well, I didn't really pick a profile. What I did was kept seeing what the most is that I had, and then all the flavors kind of plop themselves together, and it worked out, but it was hard. It was hard. Hi,
we
Luke.
have one Rocky Toonies.
Oh God, here we go.
I mean, I think he
We
talked about this.
have Delosi glazed donut at 4.
Oh, the Dutchie. He made a Timmy's has Tim Hortons coffee has a chocolate Dutchie, like a Dutchie, and it's kind of it's really good.
One-on-one raisin bread at
Ooh,
2.6.
I've heard that's good.
Berry red cherry at 0.4. Vape train red dates at 0.4. And one-on-one some kind of ice cream.
Spumoni. It's called Spumoni ice cream, and what that is kind of like if I'm not mistaken, Spumoni is kind of like pistachio something.
Yeah, this is pistachio ice cream. I
Yeah.
think Fresh had mentioned it before once on his show.
And it's really good. It's really good. That's a really interesting recipe, Rocky. Like it looks really tasty though. Like, but what really the Spumoni ice cream really throws a you know a curve on that recipe. It looks good. Looks good. Need to find a blueberry crumble pie. Capella Capella actually has a blueberry well, it's not a crumble, but oh no, I think they do have some sort of crumble. Just a minute. Let me check. You guys go ahead if you want to show another recipe.
While we're doing that, we have one from Frank.
Which Frank?
Oh, Frank Guy SVH or however you say his name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pink Lady.
Ooh, that sounds good.
It is Flavor Art Gin at 2. Capella Jelly Candy at 2. Capella Pink Lemonade at 4. Cap Super Sweet at 0.35. And Sweet Lychee Cap at 2.
That actually sounds really good.
It does.
Although it surprises me you've never used Super Sweet before.
Okay, so it wasn't blueberry. It wasn't blueberry crumble cake. It's just Capella has one that's called crumble cake. So you could do that and maybe throw in some VSO blueberry and some black currant, and then you'd be good to go.
Or you could add a little bit of huckleberry too if you want some more
Yep,
sweet inside.
yeah, you could do it that way too.
I'm telling you, huckleberry blueberry mix swaggy. Oh, it's like my go-to.
Oh yeah, well I haven't played. I've used the huckleberry, not in a recipe I was playing with, but like somebody here had they were using a huckleberry. I actually kind of like that flavor. It's
Yeah,
different, but
Fitty,
I
that
haven't.
sounds good.
Pistachio, cherry, and chocolate. Yeah, I was trying to think what that is. It's like chocolate chips, pistachio, and yeah, some cherry in there. It's really good ice cream. If you ever get a chance to get it, oh yum, it's very good. I'm making myself hungry. I need a snack.
You have another
Didn't we
one?
do this last week? No.
Yeah.
Didn't you have another one, Zip?
I just had the one because let me see. I only had the ones off ELR, and there was
No,
only one.
I thought you made two.
No, I only made,
Oh, I'll take
one was enough for crying
Listen.
out loud. I had enough trouble with one.
We have
I was in the same boat. I was like, this one scared me so much. And here Larry comes up with two. It's like, you overachiever.
Well, I could have probably, if I really racked my brain, I probably could have come up with a few, but this was hard, like to put it together and
I
try
know
to
it would have
find-
been like Larry's. I would have had the one that surprisingly turned out pretty good. That way, actually, I can vape that all day. And the second one would have been one of those ones. It would have been a big pop shelf up there somewhere.
Well, mine probably would have ended up in the kitchen sink, but
and-
I am pleased with mine. So,
and we have Rocky Tooney round two.
oh, you got,
Well, I wasn't the only one, so ha.
Well, that's because Rocky's a legend.
Yeah,
Um,
I could have had more, but it just was, oh.
I like the
conscious
picture.
Pomoni. Whoa,
You got
nice
me at the
pick.
picture. I don't even need to read the recipe. That looks yummy.
No, that looks, can I just like stick my face in there?
we have Caramel Blend 1 at a half. Flavora Cinnamon Roll at 0.6. 1-on-1. Concha
Concha.
at 3. SSA vanilla ice cream vanilla at 1. And that ice cream.
That's
at
Pomoni
4.
again. What is the concha though? Pan dulce. I've never even heard of that flavor. Huh.
I love
Well,
the picture though. That
I'm not
picture is,
ordering it, Rocky, so I can't try it.
Yeah, I'm telling you that picture he's got with it though.
I
Ooh.
know.
That just
I
looks
know.
delicious. Just because color, the color alone is like that's you eat with your eyes first. You win right there. It
Yeah.
might taste like garbage, but it looks good.
Well, the pictures, the picture sells the recipe, you know. You gotta have a good picture.
I'm gonna have to
I-
make an account on the other site so I can upload pictures because I didn't realize how hard it is to upload on ELR. And I said, nope, I'm not going through all that.
Well, yeah, that's the problem with ELR putting pictures on there because you gotta go to Imgur, you gotta upload there, and then you gotta go back to ELR. I like VC. Basically, you gotta keep it under. I think Simon's gonna give me hell. I think it's under 2 megabytes or 1 megabyte, something like that.
I mean, tell
usually
her
keep it-
again. Tell her again, Simon.
Yes, he's going to. He's gonna give me shit again because I forget.
And my last one.
Oh yes, and you got another one.
The good one.
Yes, the good one.
It is Cavendish RY4. We got bourbon. We have vanilla bourbon FA at 1, butter rum Cavendish sticks mix at 5, and VSO caramel at 1.5.
Oh, I bet you that's pretty good.
It is. And there's a bourbon that he hadn't used before. This is really impressive.
No, that's not a bourbon. It's a vanilla.
Yeah, don't a lot of people get confused thinking they called it vanilla bourbon, but it's a type of vanilla. It's
Yeah.
not really a bourbon. There's
Well,
no
like some vanilla extracts have that alcoholic taste. So I'm imagining that's what they mean by it.
yeah, no, not the vanilla bourbon. And there's I can't think of there's a few others 1 megabyte. Yeah, see, he's
Madagascar vanilla
laughing.
1.
There you go. There you go. Knew it.
Yeah, I
Simon's
knew
gonna
you were
say
gonna
something.
say. I did cover myself and I said 2 or 1. I just couldn't remember which one it is. But yeah, don't get confused with if there's a bourbon in the name. It's a type of vanilla.
Yes, I knew I heard it before. I've heard KVTV talk about concha before. Mexican
Okay,
sweet bread.
concha is Mexican sweetbread. Okay. Okay.
I almost think someone got that when we went to the last DC rally. I think someone when we went to that Mexican restaurant got that as like with their dinner.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I haven't heard of because I don't know.
I never tried it though, so I wouldn't know.
Well, we don't have a lot of Mexican stuff up here. We have I think it's called Taco Time, or that's about it. There's no real Mexican.
Hey, that's why Adam and I eventually are gonna make this Spanish rice. We're gonna do it.
You know, I thought about being a dick and just beating you guys to it.
Because you have all the flavorings pretty much already. Yeah, I know.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, you know what flavorings we're most likely to use too, and that's unfortunate that you have them.
I probably got a lot to make rices too, but I did the rice thing and I did like the
Well, it's gonna be
I did
probably pretty much a VSO recipe because that's
oh
to get that
guaranteed.
authentic flavoring. You know, it's gonna be hard to go outside of it.
Fiddy, no, what you, yes, you have to upload a picture to Imgur. Then you have to copy the link and then go into your description on the recipe and paste it there, which is a pain in the ass. You got to go all the way around. And
Now
Yeah,
I
Ziggy
like
explained it to me last
multiple
week. I
tabs.
heard you have to do this, this, and this, and I was like, nope, too many steps, done.
that's what I mean. You know, I go to VC. Well, I pick my picture, I put my logo on it, and boom, I throw it up on VC. Done. I just make sure it's a certain size, and I try to make it smaller. Like I think the maximum is 500 by 500, so I try to make it maybe like 400 by 400. I try to make it a bit smaller, but yeah, it's kind of a pain in the butt with ELR and pictures. I find if I'm gonna post a recipe public on ELR, I don't even bother with pictures because it is a pain in the ass. I'm sorry, guys, but it is.
It is.
Why go through all that? Like,
I
at
have
least
to already do that pretty much every week for streams, 2 streams a week. So it's like, I don't want to have to do that for another thing, just to post pictures of recipes. In some weeks, like
Yeah.
last week, there were what, 6, 7 recipes I made. So it's like,
It's not hard, Luke. It's just a pain in the ass. That's all. It's just a pain in the ass. Yeah. They're not mine either, Fiddy. Yeah, so just get on VC and then you all your problems will be sorted. And adding flavors and all that stuff is really super easy. Just hit toggles. You don't even have to sit there and key it in. Just go to, let's say you get a bunch of new VSO, go to the VSO, add the stash, you just click a toggle all the way down all the
Except
ones you
for
want.
when you get ones that aren't out yet, you can't add those.
Well, no, you can't. No, you can't. Unfortunately, no,
I
you
realized
suck.
that for some reasons, one of my, at least some of my recipe, my flavorings are missing, which is really weird. I got to figure out what happened because I know the VSO lemon, I've used it before and it's not in my flavor stash.
I've had that issue with ELR where, and I know these are old flavorings that I've used, let's say in a recipe, and I brought them up and it says missing flavors. I thought, oh, like hell, I'm missing flavors.
Yep.
And it does it pretty much every time if I need to use ELR, which I try not to. I do my stuff on VC, but no, it's a pain in the ass. And I don't know why that keeps happening. Because I know damn well that they're there.
So I'm gonna have to when I get the new stands in this
Yeah.
next week, I'm gonna have to go through every one of my flavorings and recheck because I know I'm missing at least some of my
Well,
flavorings.
then just jump over to and you can well Simon
Is there flavor? You have your flavor stash on VC?
oh yeah. Oh
Okay.
yes, it took me, oh God, you have no idea. It took me, I think, 3 days. I had to go through, I imported my stash from ELR to VC. But being as I do the one shots, I needed the prices on all those flavors so that I can calculate my one shots.
Oh boy.
I had to go through every one and add the price.
We had that
Oh,
the price on each one
the
too.
cost of, well, okay, so if you buy a big bottle of Cat V1, I had to put what that bottle cost me because then what happens when I make a one shot, it will calculate how much that mix costs with all the flavorings in it, and I need that for the website. So I literally I had to print out all my flavors, go on to VC, and then one by one go through all of
Now,
them.
what happens if prices change? You have to update that.
Well, okay, so now that it's all done, if I order something and the price has gone up, I just go to that flavor and I put in the new price.
You do have to
It's
manually
done.
change it though. Okay.
Well, yeah, because it doesn't automatically go up. I mean, the VC doesn't know that I'm paying more for that
Well,
flavoring.
one, if you
So-
have to buy, if you buy it from a different location or have to buy it from a different
Yeah.
location.
Oh, and that's happened to me many times where I've had to go all over the place to get flavors. I might get a deal or it might end up costing me more for shipping or whatever. So yeah, but now it's just maintenance now. I don't really change any of the costs anymore unless it's something in particular that really like there's quite a difference, you know.
Simon,
If
I've already
it-
had that happen to me. Name changes. They name changed a couple things because I
Yeah.
got the flavoring, it has the name on it, but now they updated the name and like switched it backward. And even switching just a little bit, like one, like on a pot, anything
Yes.
changes the
and-
whole recipe. It's like, wait a minute, what?
And somebody did that to me because I went, what was it? I was looking at a one-shot recipe and for some reason, I clicked on the flavoring and there was like, all of a sudden now it's one of the flavorings that it had very low usage, like the number that actually people put in their recipes was so low. And I'm looking at a bunch of them below and I was like, what the hell happened here? Because I always go, like if you had Cat B1 and there's 50,000 people that have used it, obviously that's the one I'm going to add into my stash off onto ELR. But so it's actually changing, like you said, it's changing the flavorings to ones that, so I'm thinking that's another problem, that it's breaking my recipe.
That and then if you don't catch it, you got to worry about the flavor police coming in and being dicks.
Oh
Oh, I've
yeah,
had that happen too. Yep.
I've had it happen once and I just let it sit there just to annoy him.
I changed it multiple times for that reason. It was the same flavoring. It was like in a
Hey,
couple
John,
different
I
recipes.
going to recipes because for some reason he then rates them 1 or 2 stars.
Well, and that's not right either because why didn't, instead of going around being the recipe police, why didn't you fix the bloody flavor categories?
Oh, no, that's what I've been doing on random recipes that he puts his little diatribe on. I've been going in and then commenting to him. You know, this wouldn't be an issue if you would fix your shit.
Well, exactly. And that's what it boils down to is you need to fix your shit. If there's a Cap V custard, there should only be one Capella V1 custard, not 20 of them. So
No, and it gets really confusing because there's like a list. If you when you type it in, there'll be a list of like 5, 6, 7 flavors. It's all the same flavor, but there's only one. It's the right one.
that's what's nice about VC. If you go in and let's say you type in a name of a flavor, if you spell it wrong, if you do anything wrong, if it doesn't
It'll
have
fix it.
capital, whatever, it won't pop up. And that's what's nice because they have eliminated the bullshit that, you know, somebody just too lazy to put a capital or too lazy to spell it right. Well, then they won't get their flavor added because it's really, that's what I like about VC is.
Or
that-
they spell espresso with a fucking X.
Yeah. It's not called
Espresso?
espresso, it's called espresso. Like,
Yes.
duh. Yeah, I really like VC because they've got shit under control and like very thoughtful additions and stuff. There's new stuff coming. I'm not even gonna try to explain it. I think Simon covered a
There's
bit of
Saturday
it
show
on,
for that shit.
what's
Yeah,
that?
there's a Saturday show for that.
Yeah. Simon likes to talk about it. I ain't talking about it at all.
That was so much fun yesterday. It really was. You guys
Oh.
got rolling. Oh, it was just a blast. If anybody hasn't watched that episode, watch that because that was so much fun watching you guys go at it.
Oh, you haven't said we always go at it. Somebody's
Oh, I
going
know,
at
but it was just a really good day.
but Pugs and Kevin going at it was like just hilarious. And
Yeah, I
kept
had to
trying
add to
get
the pug
Simon-
situation and pugs went for it. It's like, yes, this is so much fun.
I kept trying to give Simon the cue, like play my favorite line there. You couldn't get a word in edgewise because my one is always like, shut the fuck up. Because Pugs is notorious for like stomping all over everybody. So hi Alvin. Long time
There
no
you
see.
go. Luke Loop says torture's the only one that comments on recipes anyway.
Oh yeah. He's done it to me once and I let it sit there for I bet you about 2 weeks. And I thought, you know what? I hope it annoys you. So I left it there and then I finally changed it. He didn't go back, but yeah, why would you put 2 stars on somebody's recipe just because they made a mistake? Like really?
Or the flavor name changed and maybe it wasn't a mistake. You know, if it says that on your bottle of flavoring, that's what you should be able to put in ELR.
That's
Regardless if it's
exactly
been
right.
updated to a new one that you need now,
Yeah.
that's what I put in it.
Well,
And that's what I did. And because they changed the name of the flavoring, gave me a bunch of crap. Well, that's not what it's called anymore. It's like,
well,
okay,
that's what I mean. It's really good on VC
that's
because
what's called on my bottle.
yep. And I've had that too, where they're calling it one thing and like the actual label on the bottle is saying one thing and the flavoring in ELR is not the same.
Nope,
And
that's
but
exactly what it was in my
Yeah.
case.
and or okay, I've gone to, let's say I'm going shopping and I've gone searching for a flavor which I know in, let's say in ELR is coming up as this, but I go shopping for it and a lot of times the name will be reversed on the
Oh yeah,
bottle.
that's what I'm saying. The reverse and in
Yeah.
ELR, that can't work. It won't work
No.
if you pick the wrong one. And if
Yeah.
it's in the drop down menu, it should be a flavor you can choose.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
Rocky
if there's
says
a drop down menu, that should only be a real flavor in the drop down menu, not
Yeah.
a fake one.
no, and that's
Yeah,
why,
I've
like
seen
I
that.
said, Rocky and TZ commented on my conscious Pomoni recipe. Did he get to Rocky?
Oh boy.
We all make mistakes, but like I said, that's why I really I love VC, even though sometimes I have little issues with names and stuff, but it's exact. You have to put in the flavor and they can't mess with it or oh, like I said, too lazy to type it right or any of that stuff. So it's very good that way.
It gives you it spell corrects for you that way, so you know that you're getting the right flavoring. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But to have a drop down menu where you can choose like 6, 7 flavors and only one's the correct flavor, the others are all fake. Why are they even there?
Well, that's what I mean. And also, like I said, if you go to add stuff to your stash, they don't get you to type it in because let's say you went to VSO and then all the VSOs that are available are on there. You just hit toggles. Yes, I have it. Yes, I have it.
Yep.
You just go, which is so easy and it takes all the crap out of the, nobody's entering wrong names or
And then you know
anything.
what ones you need to order if you don't have them. Nah.
Yeah, or the ones that Mando has that aren't out yet.
Yeah. There's at least a couple of them I know that he has that I want. So,
I think
yeah.
champagne is the worst one. It has had 3 or 4 name changes. Yeah, well, yeah, that's another problem with flavor art is they will change the name of flavorings. Don't ask me why they do that, but they will change a name of a flavoring.
Maybe to keep a new fad up or something. I don't know.
I don't know what it is unless they're well, hi Forrest. Unless the only thing I can think of is they're coming out with a new version and they're going to change this one to that and then the new one to this or I don't know what it is, but they do that. And it is irritating. What one was notorious for that? Yeah, not the champagne, but there's another one. Oh, the Vanilla Classic wasn't always called Vanilla Classic. It was, well, just a minute. I know what it was originally.
Well, that's
called.
why it's called classic, because it's the old version. Yeah.
Hold
Yeah.
on, Forrest.
Just a minute.
And Al.
Okay, they've changed it on here now, but it used to be called something else.
So Larry, did you make it through the week on your stash or did you have to make more? Because I know last week you were running low on liquid.
I'm on last bottle.
Last bottle.
What? I missed that.
Last week he was saying before the show that he was running low, so he needed to make some liquid. So I was wondering how he made it through the week, or if he had to make more.
Oh God. Simon says it's super hard to keep up with swaggy releases too much. Yeah.
It is. And here's the worst
To
part.
be fair,
I'm-
there, Simon, I can get you the list.
I keep on thinking, I'm almost ready. I'm ready to, as soon as I get enough money together to get the rest of Swaggy's flavors, so I can have the full flavor list. But then I'm like, but I know he's got a couple coming that I want. So should I just wait? It's like, but I don't want to
Oh,
wait. It's kinda
Simon.
like,
Yeah.
ah.
Well. Hmm?
Tuesday's releases was Triple Sec and Amaretto.
And then he
Ah,
released the teas
oh,
too.
Okay,
He's
you
released the
can
teas
clear
again.
something
the
up
teas-
for us.
no, the teas were a soft release.
I want you to clear something up because we were discussing this last night on the VC show, but I think you had already left. So we all know that Swaggy is releasing like super concentrates.
Yep.
Yes.
What ones does he have out now? Because isn't there about 5 of them?
Strawberry, blueberry.
Oh, there's only 2 right now?
Yeah. He said he's going to eventually do the original 5.
Yep. the
Oh,
original.
okay,
He's
okay.
gonna release
That's
all
what I was
5, but he's only
wondering,
got 2 so far.
Okay,
Because those are
Okay.
the ones that you have to crank up.
Yep.
great.
The ones that
Um,
people have problems tasting. So
So now, have you've tried the 2 super concentrates now? I'm just gonna call them super concentrates.
The
whatever.
raws, no, I haven't
The
tried.
raws. Oh, you haven't tried them yet?
No.
Okay.
I'm pretty
Okay,
sure
he-
Adam
I
tried at
imagine
least
they're,
one.
they're like 1 drops.
Oh, like the Flavora kind of like,
And that's if you can already taste like strawberry and blueberry.
If not,
um,
you can crank
Probably
it up a
only
little
need
bit.
like 1 drop.
Simon says, please send it, Mando. Hi, Lynn. Long time no see, stranger.
No, I have not done a Frangelico yet.
Oh, Frangelico, I did one years ago.
Hmm.
I actually have the recipe somewhere. I can dig it up, but I actually, I'm gonna head back into I have a little bar up here, like a whole bar of, I made concentrates so that I could add them kind of like in a mix to make, not
Like bases,
a-
making like base concentrates.
I made base concentrates, yes. So like I have, for example, I have whiskey cream. I have a where's the other one? I have a hazelnut cream booze. Where's my other one? I have I have Grand Marnier that I made. I have a brandy cocoa. I have a bunch of them and like nipple shots and like butter.
I have one. I have one pre-made concentrate, and it's
Well,
Larry's
this is-
recipe.
This is kind of a flavoring. This is more like I'll call it a flavoring. So if I was to make a booze, like let's say a real booze, and it calls
Hey,
for
buddy.
chocolate liqueur and it calls for some brandy and stuff like that. I have flavorings that I can use to like add the chocolate liqueur. Now, mind you, add the chocolate liqueur and then the brandy, and then like if I wanted a Grand Marnier, I have that, and that goes with other stuff. So it's kind of like a Wonders flavor, flavoring kind of deal. So you would add this, that, and the other thing.
Yeah.
Like it's not
But you can
just
change it up, but it gives you your base.
yeah.
That's why I mixed up the Jim Beam that Larry made. That I have set aside because I use that in a lot of stuff. So if I want to test something, I only have to add the other flavors.
Right. And that's handy. A lot of people don't think of doing that. Like if you have for example, like a strawberry combo that you really like.
Yep.
then you can make that combo kind of like in a one shot and use it as a flavoring. So then you don't, but a lot of people don't think that. Like I have a lot of them up there. I have all kinds. I use not all the time, but depending upon what I'm going for, I will use them. But yeah, it's
And if you're craving a one shot of Jim Beam, like a shot, you
Yeah.
just take that flavor concentrate already got made, you put it in there. You're good.
well, I even have well, it's not really the same, but I have favorite one shots from the site. So I make a one shot for myself. So I can just, when I'm getting really lazy, there we go. But yeah, blueberries, if you've got a good blueberry combo, you can make that, strawberries, whatever. I know lots of people will make creams, like if you've got an ice cream that you really like the combo of, there's so many ideas you can get silly doing it. That's why I said I got a whole bar sitting up there.
Yep.
Like 2 shelves of them.
See, now that 2 shelves of the pre-made base concentrates, that's a lot of pre-made concentrates.
Well, because I I'm like Mando. I just kind of he just likes boozes, whereas I have about 4 or 5 different profiles that I bounce around to.
It's not candy. No candy.
No candy. I don't have candy. Sorry, I don't. I'm just dipping my toes into the candy.
You have
And
had
I
a few that
believe
you didn't mind though. You've had a
What?
few you haven't minded though. That's actually a really big step.
Oh, I've even made one. I think I have a couple on VC. I'll see if I can dig them up while we're talking about candies.
Because that's quite impressive that you get into a flavor profile that you didn't think you liked and you find a couple that you don't mind.
Well, my problem was back when I started
Deb.
wanting to try candies. And so I would try like the big popular candy. Oh yeah, this is spot on, and all this kind of stuff. And okay, so for example, we'll say a red licorice, or they call it something else. There's another name for red licorice. I forget what it's called, but anyway,
There's the red vines one.
red vines, that's it.
Red vines.
So I'm trying this recipe. I made it, let it steep and everything else. And you know what? I know red licorice and black licorice very well. I was disappointed. Then I thought, okay, well, out that one goes. And then there was another candy.
Well, I did that with that Swedish fish. I fine-tuned it, got it. So I finally found it. So it tasted great in the Gallup. Tried it in
Yeah.
everything else. It doesn't taste good in any of my setups. Nothing I
Well-
have tried it in does it taste right. Only the one setup that's like really irritating me.
Okay. Oh, here actually, it's got your name right all over it. Don't ask me how I did that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll show you. I don't even remember making this, but apparently I did. Liberty's red candy.
Yeah, that was
I
when we
remember.
were on. That was when we were on the fundraiser. You
Yeah.
were there on a fundraiser.
And like I said, this was a shot in the dark because I'm very it's weird, but this turned out good. This actually turned out pretty good.
It
So
did.
I'm kind of surprised, but I have been dipping my toes a little bit in the candy pile. I've got another one too that I made. I'll see if I can find it. You guys.
Larry's
go
been
ahead. I'll see if I-
dipping his toes in the cake pile. So
Yes, I know. He
No, I just
actually got yellow
ate
cake.
in there.
I made one cake that actually cakes for me have always been like I can use it for a little while and I got to put it away. I actually made that island cake. That is a daily for me. I've never thought I'd taste a cake that I could actually use as a daily.
Oh, okay. And here's another one I made. This one was
Thank you, by the way, Zippy, you and Graham for talking me into getting that sugarloaf pineapple. Because that's what
Simon got me on that one because I love pineapple. I love coconut. I like the what do you call it? The
pina colada.
pina coladas and stuff like that. So Simon got me hooked on the on the
Sugarloaf pineapple. The
Yeah.
sugarloaf pineapple is like the perfect binder I mean, I added the Swaggy's pineapple to it to brighten it up a little bit and give that little bit of fresh flavor, but it's that sugarloaf pineapple. Without it, it would not be a daily. I know it wouldn't be without that one
Okay, I'm
flavor.
gonna show this one. This was another one I made, and this was, I believe, yeah, for Fresh
Peeps.
Cecile. For Cecile. I made this for my peeps. This is Candy Stick Candy by Wonder Flavors and Fairy Floss. And Fairy Floss is a really good flavor. You like
I had
candy,
that.
you need this flavor because it's really good. And the strawberry gummy candy, it's a simple mix, and it actually turned out surprisingly well. Like
I
I
don't
said,
think I have the candy stick. No, I do. I have all those flavors, I think. So I could try that.
the Fairy Floss, I've used it actually quite a few times. I really like that flavor.
Yep.
For candies, actually it worked good in a few other recipes. Okay, I'll see. You guys keep going. I think I've got one more that I, for some reason, created myself. Don't ask me why.
Swaggy said the raws are ready. He's just waiting on labels at the moment, and they should be ready sometime next week.
Blueberry,
Oh.
strawberry, grape, apple.
Now this
Um,
one, this
grape.
recipe is, I'm very proud of this one. I'm very proud of this one because don't ask me why, but I really like this one. Okay.
The name's
And
gonna
of
be
course,
one.
you know what? It's my favorite flavor as raspberry.
Oh, Razzia, yep. Mhm.
Yeah.
I
So this
bet you I
one-
know what one of the flavors in it.
Yep. So Fairy Floss again at 1%. Jelly Candy by Capella at 1%. And the powdered sugar by 101 at 1.2. And the Inaware raspberry at 0.75. I love that raspberry. And
Shisha raspberry.
and the Shisha raspberry at 1.5. Now, this is the twist. And this Simon got me liking this flavor. And how this recipe started was, for some reason, like it sits right here, kind of right beside me, the musk. And I smelled it, and like raspberry was just like in my face. And I thought, ooh, and I ran with it. I actually built this recipe from that sweet musk.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I
so
actually got all those flavors except the sweetener
it
because of that recipe, and I forgot what I got them for. I've been trying to remember what it was, so that was what the recipe was that I got them for it.
Okay, well, you need, yeah, it's really good. I haven't vaped it for a while now since I did vape it, and I did vape a bunch, but then it is sweet. Don't get me wrong, it is a sweet recipe, and I'm a custard cheesecake and that kind of person, so I had to get away from it, but I'll probably make it again because I did use the Sweetness by Flavora in there, but yeah,
Like you said, if you were going to ask it, it's a juicy white grape.
juicy white grape, if that is what you're going to ask. Juicy white grape.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep. That is what I was gonna ask, because I was trying to say what kind of grape. And yep, Swaggy knows me enough. He's figured it out.
I haven't, there's another one that I don't.
Oh, that
really-
juicy white grape would go really good with some of the teas.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Ooh.
Except for I don't do teas. I haven't done teas.
I
anyway.
gotta try his green tea. That's actually the one I'm looking forward to the most. I don't have that yet.
Yeah, green teas were like teas in general.
The ambrosia was the one we got, and honestly, it's great. I mean, we did tone it down. We're not at the 14%. That was just a little harsh for us because we got to the point where the flavorings aren't quite that in your face, and we like them better that way.
Yeah, I do like my flavors a little more forward than most. Some people like to hold back, but if I have to guess at what I'm tasting, you know,
Oh, that ambrosia comes through really good at between 6 and 8. You'll
Oh,
get a
does it?
really good
Oh,
potent in your face flavor.
well,
At 14, it was a little bit on the throat hit side actually once you got to 14.
oh, does it? I kind of like the tea. I need to try some, but tea was never like interesting, or I need to try it or something. It was never high up on the wanting to make or even other people's recipes.
Oh.
It wasn't. Yeah.
I was curious about that, Swaggy. Thank you. About how you made the raws. So he didn't add the PG. They're just undiluted.
No, they're just, yeah, they're straight.
They're just pure
flavoring.
flavoring.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you add something, that is gonna be like drop, maybe.
Yep, drop. Oh my
Ab-
God, that's in your face.
Yep,
That
yep.
means not go to 14%.
No,
Um,
14%.
hell no.
Oh,
That would be like taking rich cinnamon to 14%. Woo-wee.
Do it,
Yeah.
Zippy.
No.
Do it.
No, you
So,
better
so is,
make
is
it,
this a new challenge set out by Larry?
you better make it worthwhile to do rich cinnamon.
It's
at
the new
14%.
cinnamon challenge.
Yeah, you don't have to, you don't put the dry cinnamon anymore. Now it's the rich cinnamon.
Yeah, rich cinnamon at least is better than most other cinnamons, but I usually use it maximum at 0.25. That would be my max, and it has to be with a lot of flavorings in the recipe. So normally probably about 0.2 would be a normal max if there wasn't a whole, like this apple one that I made for this. This one would definitely be 0.2 max because there isn't a lot of flavorings in it, but no. I add 2 drops of blueberry raw to a coffee and it's more than enough. Yeah. That's the kind of flavorings I like, is the ones that you don't have to use a lot. Like medicine flower has really great flavors, especially zippy in the raw. No, don't picture that, please, because it won't be pretty. Um, yeah, Jesus, sidetracked. Um, uh, medicine flower has like really good flavorings, but I mean, even let's say in a big mix, you're lucky if you're using like 3 grams in it, or not even 3 grams. I think the most I've ever used is about 2 grams in a big mix. So yeah. Yeah, Holbeck, that's the sad thing. I used to have some real favorites that, you keep thinking, oh, I should get some of that, just for old time's sake. And then I talk myself out of it going, no, because I already know it's
There
going
you
to
go,
taste.
Zippy.
What? Hi, Bunny.
Yeah, fuzz.
Oh, he's so cute.
She.
Joshi, sorry. Sorry. Well, where's your pink collar?
You can't get a collar on her. She chewed off.
Oh, really? She's cute. I like the little tufts off her ear.
Yeah, she's not doing well either with the storm. The storm out here is getting everybody worked up.
Oh, I would imagine if it's cracking and banging that much.
It's letting up right over the house, but they can still hear it in the distance. You can tell.
Oh, they know. They can hear stuff from miles away if it's doing that. Yeah.
Well, at least it doesn't sound like my house is gonna float away now. So
Until he walks out the door.
yeah. Don't worry, I'll get with the new iPhone. If I can figure out how to use it, I'll get that on video when it happens. Okay?
Oh, you're not another one that bought an iPhone.
I did for the camera and stuff, and I'm telling you, the learning curve. If
No,
you're
you're
used to, if
an
you're used to,
Android. Android with 4 bloody cameras on it.
I know, but the camera quality on the 12 Pro is actually extremely good.
But
I'm
it's
regretting it
iPhone.
because it's basically like I'm learning how to use a phone all over again, and I don't like it.
That's the problem. And I don't like the fact that Apple makes you pay for all the apps.
Not
I
all
think
of them, but there are a very good amount. And the biggest thing is there is a way to get my custom ringtones back on there, but I don't have them. So when people are trying to message me, well, until recently, thanks to one of our family helped me figure out how to separate my messages, they were lumping in, and I get 200-300 messages a day on average, sometimes more.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find people. They were getting lost in the shuffle. And I mean, even when Larry was messaging me the other day, it's like, where to go? Larry and Adam were messaging me. I couldn't find it. And it's like, oh. And so I gotta get my custom ringtones put on there, but you have to put it on the computer, then upload it to the cloud thing or whatever into your thing, and then download it. It's like, this is going to be a nightmare. Whereas on Android, I just, hey, click. Hey, I got it.
Yep. Yeah, that's a pain in the ass. Yeah.
Yeah,
The 20 plus 5G has an amazing camera. Yeah.
it does. Yep.
Well, this one I don't mind, and it acts a little different. This is the Huawei P30 Pro. and it makes parts for Samsung, but it's kind of a little weird. It does a lot of things, but it messes me up too.
I know. And that's the other thing. I got away from Samsung, went to LG for a while because Samsung was getting a little into that specific app thing where you couldn't get rid of their apps. And it'd take up a
Oh,
big chunk of your memory to run their apps and keep them in the background all the time when you never used them. So why are
bloatware.
they there?
Yeah, bloatware.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to get rid of some that the phone came with.
And they
There's
just keep
no,
coming back,
yeah.
especially if you're with Verizon, because Verizon has a lot that they add as well for the Samsungs. And it's like,
Well,
yeah,
yeah, and every time your phone updates, it throws them all
it throws
back
them
on.
right back in there and you have
Yeah.
to, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like now I got some sort of new the phone updated, or I updated it the other day. Now I got a new browser, apparently. No, I'm not using it, but I have a browser from Huawei. I think, really? Do I need another browser? Like, damn. No, I don't use it and I'm not opening it because somehow it'll get stuck on my
Might have
phone.
gotten a feel good tea. Ooh, that sounds good.
Grab the lightning camera app. I assume there's an iPhone version, but the results are, oh, cool.
Yeah, I got to figure everything out. I got set down with Duchess Coils actually is going to help me with that because he's an iPhone like
Guru.
his thing. So yeah, he's like a guru with it. So it's like he's
Yeah,
one of the ones that talked me into getting the thing, and now I'm like, okay, now we got to have time, like days, to sit down and figure this thing out.
Oh, that's not good. It took me a while though. I shouldn't say that. It took me a while to get used to this phone. And it's got like a secret phone. They call it a secret phone or whatever inside. So you have to have two separate fingerprints or whatever. And yeah, it wasn't fun to set
My
this up.
my
Huh?
when the first time that because I had the iPhone 8 that I had for gaming before, and I still had that contract open. I left it open. It's like, why not? Because I was using that. And
Yeah.
then when I upgraded the LG because the LG was the one that was really ticking me off. I had the G6 and I was wanting to smash it every day. So I upgraded that, but I didn't realize that both phones, if you use the same cloud, the phone will, and it doesn't matter which phone I grab. If someone calls me, I can answer either phone. It's kind of really creeps me out.
That's good. Well, I still have all my Samsungs. I obviously not get rid of them,
Yeah,
but it's weird because, and it's really freaky.
I kept my
Oh,
LG just for my vape apps, to be honest.
well, I had pictures on the old, like my last Samsung, that I don't have on this phone because I tried to import everything when I did, and it was weird. It only picked certain pictures, and so if I want to go look at that picture, I can send it to this phone. But okay, if you've been on Messenger like recently, and usually on there a lot, so you light up the old phone and it is going ping 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 like a machine gun. But the bad thing is I have an African gray parrot.
Oh
Okay.
yes, I know this story.
And I know, I race around trying to get ready for shows if I've been out late or something, and the phone will be going off, and I start swearing at the phone because I don't want to go stop what I'm doing to go and check, but then you got to go check in case it's something for you. So it's like, oh, fuck off. Now every time my phone pings, it's like
You
unison.
taught the parrot a really good lesson. Yes.
Yeah, no, I taught myself. It's like, damn, you have to learn to shut up.
That reminds me of me, like I told you,
see who's in
teaching
chat.
my old dog to do drive-bys, and like the dog was better at it than me and he won.
Hi, Cherokee
Yeah.
I was
you
talking
probably
about, oh
should.
yeah, and hippie.
and Hippie. Oh, Hippie! I didn't even. He snuck in here. I didn't even see him sneak in here.
And Cherokee's here. Hey, Cherokee, how are you doing today, brother?
Yeah, how you
Cherokee.
feeling, Cherokee? I really, really like that one, Deb. My wife drinks that for bedtime. I have to keep it hidden from her so she doesn't steal it all.
Mm.
Yeah, getting back to teas though, it's never been like one that I was even interested in. I know a lot of people like tea. It's just not one for me. No. A lot
Yeah,
of
but you
things
said that
are.
about candy not long ago.
Yes, I'm saying that now because I've gotten into stuff that I said I would never do, like the candies. And Simon has me actually. I've done mint. It's Simon's fault. So I will say
Simon's
that
fault.
I
Blaming Simon
actually
for everything.
created a mix on my own with mint, which was shocking. So I'm coming out of side of my box slowly, but I'm old and I'm hard to teach new tricks. So, but anyway, well, I guess we should wrap this up. And I think next week we'll just do some live mixing and have fun and play with flavors and do all kinds of crazy stuff and blab.
Well, there's a few flavors I still need to mix up. I still gotta make that,
Oh.
remember that rendition of that cake base mix I made, Larry? I
Yeah.
still haven't made that into a cake. That,
Cool.
that butterscotch vanilla,
Oh,
version of that, Jim Beam. And I
ah,
still need
nice.
to, make that into a cake. That was why I made it for, is I was just building a base for a cake. Cause I
I
want to
need
make a
to
booze
try
cake.
the I need to try the Jim Beam
Oh, you
because
need to. It's,
well, no, I planned on it, but like I said, it's so freaking hot here. I don't even want to come up here. Like I'm sitting here and I'm pretty sure that I'm suction cupped to my seat, guaranteed. Um, yeah, I definitely have swamp ass. But I wanted to take the Jim Beam and I did make years ago an Applejack with Kentucky bourbon, but Kentucky bourbon, I want to rework it. So I'm going to try the Jim Beam and add an apple to it and take the Jim Beam. Yeah, like a sort of Applejack, but not without the Jack Daniels. Yeah. So
yeah, I think they have an Apple version of Jim Beam.
Yeah,
So,
there is.
is there?
And an orange and a vanilla.
yeah, we
Oh
had this
yeah,
discussion
there's
about the orange.
That's
And
orange.
mine
not.
was starting to turn into fucking Smirnoff.
I remember now we were talking about taking the Jim Beam and I was going to add orange to it. That's right.
Yeah, and Larry and I both agree that's like adding a garnish.
No, not when I'm done. I'm going to make a note on that I need to make Jim Beam orange and apple. I'm going to do that right now.
Jim
Before
Beam orange. There we go. We're gonna have a garnish version of Jim Beam.
Okay, I'm just going to okay, so if you want to we'll start with you, Advocate. If you want to tell people where they can find you, I think we'll call it a day for tonight.
Most
So
all social medias, including my YouTube channels and Advocate for Liberty, and Break the Stigma of Unity Discord for anyone who's looking to help people or that maybe is going through something to help. Speaking of which, someone was mentioning something in chat about not feeling so well lately, and I understand exactly what they're going through. Unfortunately, maybe it's time to hop back into the Discord and say hi to everybody again, because I'm pretty sure you'd get a response. If not, message me.
Yeah.
That said, love you, fam. Reach out to those you haven't heard from.
yes, there's always somebody, Hobeg, that is willing to sit down and chat with you and spend some time with you, and just so that you can get past this. I know it's hard. I lost my son a year ago in June, and it still hurts. I'm getting better, but it's not an easy thing to do. But yes,
It's not a wound that heals. You
No.
learn how to go past it, but you don't. It's just one of those things that you always have that hole. It's always there.
oh, I have many holes. Let's put it this way: I have many holes.
Oh God, this is starting to sound like yesterday's show.
No, this is not a VC version of many holes. No, this is not one of those. This is no, I have holes from losing people. I've lost my son, I've lost my mom, I've lost my dad. I mean, basically I'm my own little island here. So
And I know that
I
feeling.
totally understand, you know, that kind of thing, but yeah, so Obeg, there's always people around that will talk to you and help you out and help you get through this.
Love
Um,
you.
Mando, where can we find you?
Find me ELR and Instagram at the Mandalorian. Tuesday nights on Hold Me Down the Kitchen here at that link. Sundays here, and that is about it for me.
I'm just gonna say this, Simon says next there will be a raspberry birthday cake, Jim Beam.
You know,
Yeah,
I'm
what's that
expecting that,
surprise?
or like, what was it? The, you know how they have all the vodka flavors and stuff. Pinnacle has all the vodka flavors.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they're gonna start doing that with all Jim Beam and the.
Well, if you guys were watching the BC show, Nevins had a beer that was, what was it? It was chocolate raspberry.
Yeah.
So now that thinks that there, we should take Jim Beam and put chocolate raspberry in there, and we'll make a, we'll make one of my favorites. Well, okay, so you can find me first of all at Flavor Chaser, DIYFlavorchaser.com all the time. You can find, I believe it's after Labor Day. OGA will be back on Wednesdays, and you can find me on VC on Saturday nights. You can find me everywhere on Facebook, Instagram, tweets, everywhere. Yeah, squirrels run amok. But anyway, yes, so you can find me everywhere, and join us next week. If you have questions about flavorings, we'll be happy to help you, and we're gonna do some mixing, and maybe you can come along and mix with us. So anyway, everybody have a good night, and we shall see you later. Bye.
I-